Libra, this is Mary Elizabeth with Sacred Love Tarot, and this is your February 2023 Tarot Monthly Forecast. We are going to start off with the Energy Oracle. Thank you so very much for turning up and tuning in. If you have the moment before we get started, please like, subscribe, comment, and hit that notification button. So let's see what your energy is for the month of February. February 2023. February 2023. We have the Garden and the Gate. We have Deceit. We have Blossoming Abundance. And we have the Thinking Woman. Okay, so I kind of really feel for you, Libra, that there are people around you who are taking advantage of you because of your fear or complacency, your fear of stepping out, or your complacency and comfortability of where you are. They know, or seem to know, that they can do whatever they want and act however they want, and you are not going to do anything about it, or you're not going to find out anything about it, because you're very comfortable and complacent with where you are, and you're not one to step out of the box, and you're not one to do anything drastic. You're also not one to rock the boat or to cause any type of drama or anything like that. So, as long as they keep you happy in one way or another, or sometimes smile and have conversations with you and things like that, that you'll never find out, or you'll never find out what they're doing or how they're doing it, if they're stealing or if they're gossiping or whatever it is, because you're quite comfortable. Now, the Thinking Woman is stepping out of that box, and she's doing a little bit of her own research, and she's doing a little bit of her own ascending, right? She's getting a little bit more brazen and ballsy. She's thinking a little bit more about stepping out of that box and stepping beyond that complacency and comfortability. And when you do, you find out that the people who are in your life aren't actually who you thought they were. And there may be a little comeuppance. There may be a little you getting maybe a little bit back from what they have taken. So they see you as someone who is small, someone who is easy to get over on, someone who is quite complacent and considerate and comfortable with where you are. You're seeing yourself as someone who is ready to make a change, someone who is ready to make a move. You see yourself as someone who is doing their own research and going through a time of transformation and transition. You see yourself as someone who is maybe going back to school, maybe learning a thing or two, and you're getting, I feel, kind of to the point now to where you're recognizing that these people aren't the best people for you, and they haven't been the best people for you in quite some time. So I kind of feel that with all that studying that you're doing, or maybe it's even you talking to lawyers or talking to people who recognize these people as they are, and you have a moment of reckoning moment, and then you step into this time of blossoming abundance. And that blossoming abundance, I think, isn't just financial opportunity or security. That blossoming abundance is you growing, going from a child who is I'm not saying that you're childlike, but I am saying that you're going from someone who may be in fear of stepping out on their own, fear of taking chances, fear of adventure, fear of this, that, or the third, and you're stepping out into, being a very independent, wise, smart, schooled individual who's going through a time of transformation and ascension. Ascension in what way? Is it spiritual ascension? Is it rising the corporate ladder? Is it learning new things? Is it going back to school? what is it? What are you learning? What are you growing into? How does this caterpillar turning into this butterfly, right? And what do you plan on doing with this? And how do you plan on getting back what is yours and stepping into this time of amazing opportunity and abundance? So there's a lot of wisdom happening here. I just want to say that. And there's a lot of transformation happening here as well. So let's see what is going on. All right, Libra, February 2023. Give us a little bit more insight and guidance. All right, so yeah, so look at this. Most definitely, yeah, you know what's going on. I said a little wisdom here, and we have the Hermit. I said ascension here, abundance and prosperity, and that's exactly what the Nine of Pentacles is. But right now, in this state, you feel kind of very sad and very emotionally lost. These people who are deceiving you or being deceptive, they're the last ones you thought that would hurt you because you've done so much for them. But we talked about the wisdom, right? You ascending, you going from the caterpillar to the butterfly. And we talked about that blossoming abundance and you being able to get back what is yours. And when you're able to get back what is yours or get back what you're owed, you're in this place of comfortability and growth, this place of really being able to take care of yourself and financially take care of yourself, physically and emotionally take care of yourself. And the Hermit is all about you going within and coming from a higher place of wisdom when we talk about moving forward and ascending to that higher place of wisdom, be it spirituality or be it going back to school or learning something new and something different. It is you stepping into your wisdom, you allowing the light from Spirit to guide you to this place of ascension, this place of learning, this place of transition and transformation. But the deceit hits you very hard. But the upside of that is now you know, right? The upside is now you know. Now you know what they've been saying. Now you know what they've been doing. Now you know who's been doing it and who's been saying it. And now you know that you're not that little girl stuck in a place of complacency and comfortability, that now you're ready to go out into the world and beyond what you have limited yourself to and really live life by your terms now. So we're in this place of emotional happiness and security. And the problem with being in such an emotional, happy and secure place is that sometimes we get so emotionally wrapped up in the happiness and security that we feel, we don't see the obstacles that may be coming in. So you can see she's sitting here and she's in her own little Zen world, but the tide is coming in and it threatens her emotional stability, and the crab and the cat are having a go at each other, and that could turn out to be a disaster as well. We also have 9, 9, 9, and 9s are transitions into something better, into something. 9 is the transition to 10, and 10 is the transition into the new starts and new beginnings. So, but you're also being guided to here, use your inner wisdom, right? You know that what happens when water meets sand. You're wise. You know what happens there. You know what would happen if the claw of that crab grabbed the paw of that cat. Very much well know what happens. But sometimes we're so much in a state of complacency and comfortability that we don't allow ourselves to see the warning signs. Complacency and comfortability, we don't allow ourselves to see the warning signs. So you're really being guided to tap into your inner guidance here, your inner beacon system. Really tap into, really make that command decision to do your own research. Make that command decision to speak your truth. Make that command decision to go in the direction that suits you best. Because if you don't do anything at all, then chaos ensues. And then where does that leave you, right? That leaves you with you needing to turn your direction off of ascending into a time of transition and transformation, or into a time of chaos. So it takes your time away from the things that you should be doing when we don't give our attention to the things that need our attention. This picture needs your attention. This picture needs you to, this scene here needs you to pay attention. It needs you to grab your cups before they're spilled all over the place. It needs to get that cat away from that crab. So just because things are working out in your favor doesn't mean that you can ignore or avoid things that may send you into chaos or cause upsets in your life. So we're here making the command decision to do our research, to pay attention, to speak our truth, and to fight for what we are trying to do and what we are trying to achieve. And you have the ability to do it. You have the ability. The High Priestess is using the abilities that is bestowed within oneself, coming from a place of balance and security. She's got her crystal balls, her tarot cards, her books, her runes. She's got all of these tools before her, in front of her, and by using those tools, she knows how to navigate around or through difficult situations by the power she bestows within herself and by the tools that she has appointed to her. So using your intuition, using your life skills, using your sixth sense, using your spiritual knowledge, right? And stepping into a time of creativity. The Page of Cups is you really expressing and exploring that creativity, expressing and exploring new ways of interacting, new ways of learning, new ways of studying, new ways of using your spiritual abilities, your gifts, your inner wisdom, your balance, your strength, and really tapping into that creative, passionate energy. The Page of Cups is also learning new ways of how to associate with people, learning how to speak to people, learning how to relate to people, learning how to speak to people in a way that gets your point across without feeling smug or without being smug or coming from ego, if that makes sense. So there may be a opportunity that is coming your way to be able, this kind of feels like you being offered a position where you're able to use your gifts in a creative way. It's not quite ready to bring in the abundance that it will, but this is a moment of growth. This is a moment of passion. This is a moment of staying grounded and not going too quickly into something, not jumping the gun, not putting the forest before the trees. And that gives you time to release burdens, to release things that you have been holding on to or that have been holding you back, releasing things that aren't conducive to your happiness and growth, releasing those responsibilities and releasing those responsibilities and obligations that others may have placed on you at that time. And it's time to really cut cords. Cutting cords is very important. We have the Judgment card and the Strength. So I like the Ten of Wands next to the Death card because we're cutting cords and we're releasing and letting go of all of that bullshit that has been projected onto us or we have accepted as we were in this place of complacency and comfortability, right? People would come to us, they'd project their cares and worries and woes onto us as if we were the doormat. They take advantage of that kindness. They take advantage of our desire to help and to give. And you carry around those for quite some time. So now you have the opportunity to kind of let those go and cut all of those cords. And every cord that you cut opens a door to a new opportunity, opens a door to a new opportunity of growth, a new opportunity to prosperity, a new opportunity to get in touch with your divineness, your high priestessness, a new opportunity to get in touch with or to be guided to balancing karmic scales and having faith in your spirit within and recognizing that you have the strength to navigate this power however you desire to navigate it. I mean, we have the High Priestess, the Death, the Justice, and the Strength card. Those are some pretty powerful cards. And by using your divine, there's a word for it, by using your intuition, by using your divine abilities, you are able to weed out those people and those feelings that are not a part of your path. And by doing that, you then are cutting karmic ties and balancing karmic scales and having the power to navigate this energy and to do what you want with it. Imagining the type of life that you'd like to live and then start creating it. Start creating that life. Start creating that life. The Ace of Pentacles, start creating that life. And recognize, please recognize, that you are all powerful. That you have the power to create. And when you have the power to create, you have the power to destroy. And depending on how much energy you put toward creativity and how much energy you put toward destruction, that all determines on how this transition happens, right? The Eight of Wands is very quick moving energy. And the tornado in the background can be very destructive. But it's all about how you use that energy and the direction you send that energy. This is growth. This is passion. This is quick moving energy. So sometimes when we're in that quick moving energy, but we're still going through a time of transition and transformation, there's this potential of maneuvering this energy in not very helpful ways, right? The path that's laid out before you here is a very concise one. Being upset over the deceit and the hurtfulness of others, but also going through a time of change and transition and transformation, ascending to a higher version of yourself, and coming into a time of abundance by using the wisdom within you and making the command decision to be a better version of you than the version before. And this version of you is one that is quite powerful in your spiritual abilities. And there's this desire for balance and this desire for stability. And you can have that as long as you're able to release the burdens that others have projected onto you that you have accepted. You have this amazing creative vision that has the potential of allowing you to imagine what you desire and then creating what you desire in physical form. And it's how you navigate that energy determines on how beneficial this creating it in physical form is going to be for you. Because sometimes this energy can be spot on and sometimes it can be chaotic. And it's all about how we navigate it, on how our dreams and desires come to fruition. So make sure that when you are stepping into this Eight of Wands energy, this passionate energy, this energy of growth and fire, that you are using it in ways that are beneficial to you, not harmful to anyone else. I mean, look at that cat. It's holding on for dear life. And she's confused. She has no idea what she's doing. Has no idea that the power that she holds, right? It's just out of her element. So it's important that you go within and that you recognize the power that you hold with the High Priestess and the Hermit and the Strength card. That you recognize the power that you hold within you is a very strong, very spiritual, and it can be very beneficial, but it can also be very destructive. Make sure that when you're on this journey that you recognize that and that you acknowledge that, because that is very important when you're going through a period of rebirth and death, transition and transformation. All right, Libra, I'll leave you with that. Thank you for allowing me to read for you. I hope this helps. Talk soon.